Right now, why avoiding the government shutdown could cost the Speaker of the House his job.
Plus, cost-effective car seats. We'll show you which ones will keep your kids safe without breaking the bank.
And the summer-like temperatures will continue, but big changes are coming. All the details coming up.
Good morning and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. We have been following breaking news of a house fire in Verona all morning long. We're going to give you a live update with a look at the damage coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, they're still trying to put this thing out, monitoring for hot spots. Hose is still going. Shane Hogan has been doing a great job reporting live from the scene all morning, getting us updated on this. For now, let's get to Jacob Montesano. Okay, good to have you in.
Thank you.
In for Kelly
fun to be here
today.
Yeah.
Good morning.
We're a blast, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun. And although I'm not a huge fan of, the 80s.
I'm kidding.
Aww.
No, I'm talking about the temperatures.
Warmer temperatures. Okay,
the
it's not always
afternoon,
about us.
I'm not a fan of the afternoon temperatures we've been seeing, but I have to admit, right now, 60 is a lot better than the average low that we normally see this time of year, which is 45. So current temperatures 62 degrees, clear skies. We are going to continue to see clear skies for much of the day. If we look at the current temperatures across our area, lower 60s, upper 50s. Some areas are in the lower 50s, but the temperatures today are actually cooler than temperatures yesterday morning, where we saw some areas not even drop into the 60s. We had lows around 70. So a cooler morning this morning, but afternoon is going to be pretty similar, with high temperatures getting into the lower 80s once again. Winds will top off at around 10 miles per hour, and we also will see plenty of sunshine. So high temperatures across our region will be in the 80s for pretty much everyone. A few clouds here and there, but otherwise expect to see plenty of sunshine. Very similar conditions to what we saw over the weekend. And this is going to continue for tomorrow as well, with more sunshine and more temperatures in the 80s. But we do have a chance of rain for the middle of the week, and then by the time we get to the weekend, we'll be much cooler than what we are right now. All of those details coming up a little bit later in the show.
Okay, thank you. Let's get back out to our breaking news in Verona this morning, where crews are still trying to put out that big fire at a duplex.
Shane Hogan has been there all morning long. Shane, it appears the fire is out, but still a pretty active scene behind you.
Yeah, Leah, Chris, that's right. It is still an active scene. The fire is out right now, but you can see they are still working on what appears to be some hot spots. There is still some lingering smoke coming from this duplex here in Verona on Janos Street. Again, the fire happened in one unit of this duplex. We want to tell you what we know so far this morning. One person was injured in the fire. All other residents here are accounted for. You're taking a look at some video we got earlier this morning. Things are starting to wrap up here. We're seeing some firefighters starting to get their gear and whatnot packed up, but still an active scene. We caught up with the fire chief of Fitchburg earlier this morning. Here's what he had to say.
Initial report of residents inside. We were able to count for everybody. We transported one with minor injuries to the hospital, and the others have received their initial care and have not requested transport. I would guess that right now the damage is considerable to the point where they would have to consider this a total loss.
That was Fire Chief Joe Pulvermacher with Fitchburg Fire there. You heard him. This duplex, a complete loss here. Want to re-emphasize, one person was injured. They were taken to a local hospital. All other residents here at the duplex have been accounted for. And again, still an active scene here in Verona. We will continue to provide live updates here this morning. Chris, Leah, back to you guys.
Shane Hogan with that breaking news update. Thank you very much, Shane. We appreciate it. It's 6:03 now. For the first time in more than 3 years, millions of Americans will have to make payments on their federal student loans. 43.6 million borrowers have had their accounts frozen since March of 2020, with both the Trump and Biden administrations pausing those payments. Now most borrowers will receive bills sometime this month. Since the freeze, some things have changed. Take a look at your screen. Here's what you need to know. You should head to the Federal Student Aid website to find out who's servicing your loans these days. And if you were enrolled in automatic payments before, you'll probably have to re-enroll. You'll automatically be enrolled in a standard 10-year repayment plan, but there are other options for you to consider. For information on those different plans, you should head to studentaid.gov.
Happening today, jury selection begins in the case of a deadly explosion at a corn mill in Columbia County. It happened 6 years ago. Investigators found Diddy & Milling's operations created hazards that led to the explosion, and it could have been avoided if proper safety protocols were followed. The explosion killed 5 employees. Last year, Diddy and several of its high-ranking officials were indicted for multiple federal crimes. That trial is expected to last 3 to 4 weeks.
Also happening today, the trial starts for the mother of an 11-month-old girl who died from a drug overdose. Officials found 13 times the amount of fentanyl in her blood that was necessary to kill an adult. It happened in July of 2021. 32-year-old Kelsey Kinsey is facing charges of neglecting her child, causing death. The baby's father, Derek Hawkins, pleaded guilty to a child neglect charge back in September.
Well, you're taking a live look now at Trump Tower in New York. The former president says he'll appear in court today in a case that could force him to give up the tower. This, of course, comes after a New York judge ruled last week he committed business fraud, repeatedly lying about his wealth in financial statements. The case is still open. Prosecutors want to ban Trump from doing business in New York in the future. Trump calls the whole thing a sham. Although he says he'll appear today, Trump is not set to testify for several weeks.
Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy is in trouble with members of his own party this morning. Republican Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida says he will file a motion to vacate, trying to oust McCarthy as Speaker. It's in retaliation for working with Democrats to keep the government open with that stopgap bill. The bill keeps the government open through November 17th. Gaetz wants McCarthy gone by then.
The only way Kevin McCarthy is Speaker of the House at the end of this coming week is if Democrats bail him out. Now, they probably will.
Bring it on, let's get over with it, and let's start governing. If he's upset because he tried to push us in a shutdown and I made sure government didn't shut down, then let's have that fight.
No speaker has ever been removed from office through a motion to vacate. The last time the House even took the floor to vote against a speaker was back in 1910.
The Supreme Court starting a new term today. On the agenda, the court will hear an appeal from the Biden administration on a ruling that struck down a law meant to keep guns out of the hands of domestic abusers. And it's not on the calendar yet, but the court could end up considering the Biden administration's appeal of lower court rulings that put restrictions on mifepristone, the most commonly used form of abortion in the country. Other cases to watch out for will concern the First Amendment and social media, racially gerrymandered maps, and historic Purdue Pharma bankruptcy settlements, as well as the power of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which was created to combat deceptive practices against consumers.
6:07 now. More local news. Madison's Board of Education is asking the community for help in picking its next school superintendent. There are 3 listening sessions for you to take part in this week. The first one is tonight at 6 in the Holtzman building. The second tomorrow at 6 in La Follette High School. And the third, same time on Wednesday at Memorial High School. MMSD says food and childcare will be available.
The Madison biking community is advocating to make Madison streets safer. Bikers came together for the first time for a Ride for Your Life rally. This was yesterday. They started at Brittingham Park and ended at the Capitol. More than 600 people showed up to ride and walk to raise awareness about the need for greater pedestrian and bicycle safety.
I've been hit 3 times at this point as a pretty consistent cyclist, and it's my life. It's my passion. It's what makes it's what brings me a lot of joy.
To learn more about the cause, visit Wisconsin Fed's website or go to madisonbikes.org.
6:08 now. New parents face a slew of purchases as they welcome a new baby, but perhaps none are as important as a car seat, though it's hard to know which ones will protect your baby the best.
There are so many choices out there. Consumer Reports is helping you out, though. They're going to use state-of-the-art technology to rate and recommend the safest seats for any budget.
For more than 80 years, Consumer Reports has been known for rigorous scientific testing. That continues today. The high-tech equipment these engineers are evaluating: infant car seats.
The main objective of a car seat is to manage the crash forces. You know, the energy absorption and all ways to control the forces and energy, keeping it away from the child.
While all child seats sold in the U.S. must meet federal safety requirements, Consumer Reports goes beyond and conducts its own crash tests at a higher speed, and on a test sled designed to more closely represent the inside of a car and a real-world crash.
There are so many new features coming out on car seats that truly take incredible engineering. And it's awesome to be able to get our hands on so many different kinds of seats and see how they're going to perform in a crash test.
And that includes testing seats with load legs, an extra support that extends from a car seat's base to the vehicle's floor. And it makes infant seats that much safer. This Kleck Ling is CR's top recommended infant seat, earning high scores for crash protection. And along with crash tests, Consumer Reports engineers also evaluate each seat for how easy it is to use and to install.
Car seats are unique in that there's so much of the consumer's use that actually affects the outcome of how it controls energy and protects a child in a crash.
The reasonably priced Chico Key Fit rated as one of the easiest seats to install and also top for safety.
Make sure that your child is buckled properly and the seat is properly installed every single time.
This is Shane Hogan.
To help you make the best and safest choice, try Consumer Reports' free infant car seat finder.
All right, at 6:10 on your Monday, coming up in sports, Wisconsin volleyball getting into championship form yet again as they look to stay undefeated on the season.
And back out live in Verona at the scene of a big duplex fire that firefighters are trying to make sure is totally out. We'll let you know how everyone inside the house is doing right after this.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
The spring could just break. Precision is there to help.
We have fully stocked vehicles to fix any problem you have that same day, and we are all over the Madison area.
You're just one phone call away from getting your garage door fixed today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join now through October 13th and save $3 a month during our Super Savers sale when you join for $1 down and just $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. That's almost 25% off your monthly membership. With this limited time offer, you can get in and get energized with equipment for every workout. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. Don't miss out. Join today for $1 down and just $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 13th.
I just love dancing, so I was always willing to dance through the pain. Since visiting the Good Feet store and wearing the arch supports and being pain-free now, my mood and my energy has drastically improved. Once that energy gets into you, double spins.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you, and you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
Are you tired of living with that awful joint pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Ready to get your life back? Call QC Kinetics now, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These non-invasive treatments harness your body's own healing power to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. No drugs, no downtime, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn how all-natural advanced regenerative medicine can bring you lasting relief. QC Kinetics.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Yeah, we're back live here at Janos Street at the fire here at the duplex in Verona. I want to give you a quick update. We just learned some new information from the Verona fire chief. He says the investigation has started into what has caused this fire here at this duplex, and right now the Red Cross is assisting 2 families here on scene. Just recapping what we know so far, one person injured in this duplex fire. That person was taken to a local hospital. All other residents have been accounted for in this duplex. Right now, scene still very active, but starting to wrap things up. Fire crews still here on scene. They were working on hotspots just as of a few minutes ago, but things are starting to wrap up here at Llanos Street. We'll continue to provide live updates all morning here on News 3 Now this morning. Chris, Leah, back to you.
Shane Hogan reporting in Verona. Thank you, Shane. All right, let's get to Jacob outside. How's it feeling, Jacob?
Still pretty comfortable out here, but this afternoon is going to be fairly warm. Now, if we look at the three things you need to know, we're going to see those high temperatures in the 80s for today and tomorrow. I know some people may be thrilled about these temperatures, but unfortunately for those of you that like these 80s, we are going to see much cooler temperatures by the time we get to the end of the week, and that will be because we have a chance of rain for the middle of the week. Looking at the current radar, seeing mostly clear skies across really all of Wisconsin, some showers in the upper peninsula or the upper part of Michigan, excuse me. And if we look at future track, we aren't going to see any rainfall for the next 48 hours or so. But as we get into Tuesday, we'll see that rain off to the west of our area, but it's not going to enter Wisconsin until we get to Wednesday afternoon. Now, the rain is not expected to last very long, but it will bring a cold front that will cool the temperatures off. Now, as we get into Thursday, we'll have kind of a secondary system move into the area from the north and bring in some light showers, but similar to the system on Wednesday, we aren't expected to see a whole lot of rainfall with either system as we head towards the middle of the week. So total rainfall accumulation will be probably at most around a ½ inch of rainfall. We could see some isolated parts get up to an inch, but we're mostly going to see showers from this system, maybe a few thunderstorms. So in general, we're not expected to see a lot of heavy rainfall. But the bigger story will be that temperature swing, as temperatures will continue to fall after Tuesday. And then as we get towards the weekend, excuse me, we'll see high temperatures only in the 50s. Saturday especially is looking pretty chilly with a high temperature forecasted at just 54 degrees, and the overnight lows will be in the 40s and 30s during that time. And on top of the cooler temperatures, we also will see breezy conditions. So for those of you that are going to the Badgers football game on Saturday, yeah, you definitely need to bundle up because it's going to have the game's at 11 a.m. and at that time, I guess the temperature will be right around 50 degrees with some breezy conditions. Now, other than the rainfall we're seeing for the middle of the week, which I already mentioned is not going to be that much, we are looking fairly dry. So in general, not a lot of rainfall expected for the next 10 days. The bigger story is that change in temperature.
Hey, I am ready for it, Jacob. This is what we call Badger weather.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you right now. I apologize, my IFB's fuzzy right now, I'm sorry.
Okay, Jacob, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Hey, take a peek at our Coats for Kids reminder here. We have been running this campaign for a couple weeks now. You have until October 7th, the end of the week, to donate new or gently used kid-sized coats, hats, and gloves. Drop off any donation at a Clinky Cleaners location near you. So far, we've received 1,742 coats. You can also donate via our Amazon wish list. That's over on channel3000.com/coatsforkids.
At this point, it's hard to imagine anyone stopping Wisconsin volleyball. Not only have they not lost all year, they've returned to championship form. Before yesterday's game, Wisconsin honored the 2013 volleyball team, who were national runner-ups. Wisconsin won the first set. Let's head to the second. Izzy Ashburn on the serve. Michigan gets it back over. Pop one up for Carter Booth, and she does what she does best. What a strike from Booth, and the Badgers are cooking. Then later in the second, top-ranked Wisconsin in a battle. Gulje Guchtikin digs one out, gives it up to Sarah Franklin. No one is touching that ball. Badgers win the second set. Then in the third, looking for the clean sweep. Izzy Ashburn puts it right where Devin Robinson wants it, and she strikes it with authority. The Badgers beat the Wolverines in straight sets to stay undefeated. To the NFL, where J.J. Watt was inducted into the Houston Texans Ring of Honor yesterday. That's the franchise's highest award. The three-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year had his family in attendance, too, because the Texans were hosting the Steelers. Next up for J.J. is a gold jacket. Staying in the NFL, where former Badger Andrew Van Ginkel had himself a day. The fifth-year pro sacked Josh Allen not once, but twice. Van Ginkel had 5 total tackles, including 3 for a loss. The Bills, though, they get the last laugh. beating them 48-20. Yesterday was the final day of MLB's regular season, which means we finally know who the Brewers will host in the NL Wildcard Series. It'll be the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Crew will host the Snakes on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday if needed. It'll be a rematch of the 2011 NLDS, but first, game 162. Mark Canha at the dish in the first, 2 on the base paths. He floats a duck snort into right field. It drops. Nobody touches it. The Crew catch an early lead in the first. And then in the 6th, the Brewers up 3-0, but Tyrone Taylor wanted some more. A missile of a solo homer to left field gives the Crew a 4-0 lead they'd never give back. They win at 4-0 and will open their NL Wildcard Series at home on Tuesday. To the hardwood, where former Bucs star Drew Holiday, who was traded to the Trailblazers for Damian Lillard, is on the move again. Portland traded Holiday to the Boston Celtics for a pair of players and picks. Milwaukee and Boston look poised to be the beasts of the East. That's your morning sports fix. Have a magnificent Monday.
Thanks, Andrew. Coming up, we'll show you if Taylor Swift ended up making it to the Jets game last night in New York.
You might know the answer already. And as we head to break, a look at gas prices here in Dane County and across the state. We're back after this.
Donate kids' winter coats at Clinky Cleaners during Coats for Kids.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs, and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now, there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special.
Order Color's Ultimate Beauty Package today and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back. Check out this photo. This is a sun pillar. Tammy caught it on camera. looks a hair old with the snow in the background.
Yeah, and the reason it looks like that is it's kind of based on the reflections of ice crystals, which makes sense considering the snow on the ground. That's the same way sundogs form.
Thanks for sending it in. Tammy, we appreciate it. You can get your picture on the air. Just use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media. Well, in Taylor Swift news this morning, you may have heard that she's dating Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. And they were in New York last night playing the Jets, and the cameras couldn't stay off of her.
Of course.
Travis Kelce, nice little mustache there, but there she is. Everybody talking about Taylor Swift showing up.
Look to the right.
Yeah, I got a bunch of
Deadpool.
celebrities there.
Deadpool!
Ryan Reynolds. Of course, she looked like she was having some fun last night, huh?
You know, we should honestly just carve out a news block for Taylor Swift, considering how much coverage she's gotten just going to these games, dating Travis Kelce.
Right. I'm happy for them. If they're happy, you know, who's the judge?
We're happy.
Right? But this has been a career changer for Travis Kelce.
He got 1 million more social media followers since he started dating Taylor.
And his jersey sales went up 400%. So
he's a big deal now. She put him on the map.
It is funny. It is funny the amount of Swifties that didn't know Travis Kelce. But Travis Kelce is huge in the football
superstar.
world. He's the best tight end maybe ever. So.
Yes.
Right, but now people outside of football know who he is.
Yeah.
He's a household name now.
There you go.
And the NFL's I feel like the NFL is really milking this because it's bringing in a bunch of people
that
didn't watch football before. So.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Good for business.
Yeah.
You can get in on the Swift business. All right, we're at the scene of a fire in Verona. We're going to have a live update from our Shane Hogan right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Hy-Vee Angus Reserve Boneless Chuck Roast, just $4.97 a pound. Buy 2, get 2 free on select Pepsi products. And Campbell's Soup, just 99 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Insulate and fill gaps in your home with Menards. Great Stuff Window and Door Expanding Spray Foam fills cracks in window and door frames. It's designed to create a durable, airtight, and water-resistant seal. Great Stuff Window and Door Expanding Spray Foam is $4.99 after rebate. From simple paint protection to heavy-duty construction, Polar Plastics has a solution for any project. An 8 by 25-foot roll of all-purpose poly film is only $8.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups? Scheduled. Work? Bust. Treat dispenser? Treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One. Gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's gear up for it with an SUV like the Ford Bronco Sport. It has a terrain management system with 5 standard GOAT modes, so you can go over any type of terrain. Plus, 4x4 capability is standard across the entire lineup. Be adventure ready with Ford Bronco Sport. Choose FlexBuy on Bronco Sport and get 3.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $500 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio
week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Hy-Vee Angus Reserve Boneless Chuck Roast, just $4.97 a pound. Buy 2, get 2 free on select Pepsi products. And Campbell's Soup, just 99 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Right now, federal student loan repayments are back. What it means for borrowers and the penalties if they don't pay.
Plus, the system meant to protect cars from thieves is actually making their job easier. How to protect your vehicle.
And looking outside this morning, the sun is coming up after kind of a warm weekend for this time of year there. Jacob?
Yeah, and it's going to continue to be warm the next couple of days, but we have big changes for the end of the week. Details are coming up.
Good Monday morning, folks. Thanks for waking up with us. We want to give you a look at that breaking news that we've been covering all morning long. As the sun comes up in Verona, a house fire. The damage here, very apparent. Shane Hogan has been live from the scene all morning long. He's going to give us an update coming up in just a few moments, but you can see this house, a duplex in the heart of Verona, still smoking at this hour. A complete loss. We'll check in with Shane just in a few minutes.
In the meantime, let's get to your first warn forecast and what you can expect when you step out the door this morning. Hey there, Jacob.
Hey, Chris. It's going to be a pretty comfortable morning for us, but by the time we get to the afternoon, it definitely will be warm. Incredibly unseasonably warm, I should point out. Now, looking at the current conditions, the sun is beginning to rise above the horizon. If we look at the current temperatures, 62 degrees with pretty much complete clear skies. Current temperatures across our area, 60s and 50s, and this morning is actually cooler than yesterday morning, where parts of our area had low temperatures near 70s. So despite it still being well above average for this time of the day, this time of the year, it's actually still cooler than it was yesterday. Now, looking at the forecast for the afternoon will be pretty similar with high temperatures in the lower 80s. We will see winds top off at around 10 miles per hour, plenty of sunshine as well. And if we look at the highs across the area, pretty much everyone will get into the 80s. Probably going to stay between 80 and 85 for pretty much everyone. Yesterday, there were areas near Iowa and Minnesota that got close to 90, but I don't expect that to happen today. We'll see a few clouds throughout the afternoon, especially in the northern portion of the state, but pretty much expect plenty of sunshine, and those temperatures will be in the lower 80s. But we have big changes coming to the forecast for later in the week, and next weekend will be completely different from what it was this past weekend. I'll have those details coming up.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We want to get back out to Verona, where our breaking news is happening this morning after a duplex caught fire.
Shane Hogan has been on scene all morning long talking to first responders there. Shane, what's the scene look like at this hour?
Yeah, Chris and Leah, well, there are certainly fewer first responders here on scene as of right now. When we first got here on scene, there was at least 30 or 40 firefighters and other first responders here. But right now, some folks have started to leave. Some fire trucks have also left this scene right now. I want to get to some of the other new information as you take a look at video from earlier this morning. The Verona Fire Chief says the investigation has started into what caused this fire. As of right now, they still are unsure what caused the fire, so they are looking more into that. Also, we know that the Red Cross is here on scene. They are assisting 2 families at this time. 1 person has been injured in this fire. That person was transported to a local hospital. All other residents, though, accounted for this morning. We caught up with Fire Chief of Fitchburg earlier this morning. Here's what he had to say.
Initial report of residents inside. We were able to count for everybody. We transported 1 with minor injuries to the hospital, and the others have received their initial care and have not requested transport. I would guess that right now the damage is considerable to the point where they would have to consider this a total loss.
Yeah, you can see that total loss here. There is still smoke showing from this duplex right now. You can see no more water is being put on this duplex right now. They were working on some hot spots as of about 10 or 15 minutes ago, but still crews on scene this morning. We'll continue to provide live updates here for the rest of this morning. But until then, guys, back to you.
All right, Shane Hogan, thank you. 6:33 now. Federal student loans resume this month after more than a 3-year hiatus during the pandemic. However, borrowers may qualify for lower monthly payments under something called the SAVE plan. Some may even have a 0 payment depending on how much they make and the size of their family. For the next 12 months, borrowers can also skip payments without facing the financial consequences of defaulting on their loans. Despite the tools available, the toll of inflation will make monthly spending tighter for millions.
They were using the money that was going to student loans. Now they were using it for food and transportation and cost and housing. And so now they have to squish that back into their budget.
For some perspective here, in 2003, 20 years ago, student loan debt made up about 12% of all debt. That is now 36%, tripling in 20 years. We strongly recommend looking through the resources available on studentaid.gov.
There is a forbearance policy, by the way, allowing you to temporarily stop paying your loans for up to a year. But during that time, interest will still build. And after those 12 months, the consequences of not paying do build up. If you miss a payment, your loan becomes delinquent. If it's that way for 90 days or more, it could affect your credit score. It'll be reported to credit bureaus. You can also lose access to more student aid. Then, after 270 days of non-payment, the loan falls into default. That means the government can take your tax refund or a portion of your Social Security benefits.
Well, around the state and across the nation, we are seeing more and more car thefts, and thieves are getting very tricky to steal your car. Listen to this. Experts say what was supposed to make your car safer is now being used to steal them. It's called a relay attack. How it works is thieves use sophisticated equipment to steal the signal from your key fob, even if it's inside of your house, and then relay that signal to your car and steal it.
But if you pay attention to the screen right there, you're going to see a key programmer light up. Which basically looks like a tablet. We've seen relay attacks, and probably the most common one that I do see is actual key programmers that you can just plug into the vehicle's diagnostic port.
It's kind of scary, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to keep your key fobs and your car safe, as soon as you get home, here's something you can do. Experts say you can store the fob in a metal box, and that'll block the signal. Also, an old-fashioned steering wheel lock is another good option.
To new information now from the nation's capital, LaFonza Butler, president of Emily's List and former advisor to Kamala Harris, will serve out the remainder of Dianne Feinstein's Senate term. Senator Feinstein, the longest-serving senator in U.S. history, died at the age of 90 this week. California Governor Gavin Newsom appointed Butler to replace her. Newsom's quick decision comes amid Democrats needing every vote in that closely divided Senate.
A liberal watchdog group is suing the secret panel investigating criteria for impeaching a Wisconsin Supreme Court justice.
Assembly Speaker Robin Vos put the panel together because Republicans don't want Justice Janet Protasewicz ruling in cases regarding redistricting. On this week's For the Record, the group's executive director, Heather Sawyer, said the law is clear when it comes to government transparency.
A matter of incredible public importance should be meeting in public. The voters should know what's going on. They should have the right to ask questions as needed about what the government is doing in their name.
Sawyer also said there was some indication the judge could eventually rule in her group's favor. You can find the whole interview this morning. It's up on channel3000.com.
After a 5-month hiatus, network shows are going to start coming back to late night. They were one of the first casualties of the Writers Guild strike. Still, many productions remain on hold because of the Screen Actors Guild strike. Actors are hopeful, though, this morning. Studio executives are planning to attend talks when they resume today. Strikes have been happening all over the country. We got the auto worker strike going on. Almost 400,000 U.S. workers have gone on strike in the past year.
Meanwhile, more auto workers will be on the picket lines this week. On Friday, the union expanded its strike against the big three automakers by ordering 7,000 more workers off the job. This is happening in Illinois and Michigan. The union is demanding more pay and benefits from General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis. The auto workers president told workers he's escalating these strikes because Ford and GM are refusing to make meaningful progress in contract talks. Meanwhile, the biggest healthcare worker strike in U.S. history could join those auto workers as soon as Wednesday. 75,000 Kaiser workers' contracts expired over the weekend.
It is homecoming week for UW-Madison. They got some stuff happening. Wednesday, the university is going to hold a family-friendly online scavenger hunt. Then Fill the Hill is Thursday, where, Badgers and friends, they put the flamingos out on Bascom Hill, right? The Flamingo, the homecoming parade is Friday at 6. The Badger football team takes on Rutgers Saturday at Camp Randall starting at 11 o'clock.
Oh, so excited for this. But of course, with those parades, there are always road closures. You can keep following us here on News 3 Now this morning, or check out our mobile app to help plan your drive home or around downtown this weekend. Just search Channel 3000 in your app store.
Well, it's the final week of our Coats for Kids drive, folks, and we still need your help. There are just a few days left to donate new or gently used kids' coats and other winter items. You can drop them off at any Clinky Cleaner location. If you've been putting it off, folks, don't wait any longer. Now is the time. We want to thank everybody who's donated so far. We've gotten more than 1,700 items. We have a long way to go, though, until we meet our goal. So if you can't drop anything off, maybe you don't have anything around the house, or you can't buy something, you can always go to channel3000.com. There you can find a link to our Amazon wish list, which makes it very easy.
Okay, watch this video out of Las Vegas. The debut of the event center, the Sphere. Many people think the Sphere just has video on the outside, but this is the inside. It's taken our breath away this morning. You can see the band U2 playing to a crowd with this unbelievable mountainscape as their background. This first-of-its-kind structure has a 250-foot wraparound screen, 16,000 speakers, and nearly 18,000 seats.
That's incredible.
Isn't that beautiful?
It almost gives you a cooler perspective when you're up in the nosebleeds.
I agree.
Man, it just makes you seem like you're in a whole new world.
The future of event spaces.
Yeah, getting wild. This is so Vegas, isn't it?
It is Vegas.
So Vegas.
Yes, it is.
All right, coming up, important developments in the fight to save you money on your prescriptions. What a new ruling means for patients.
And we're going to remain warm today and tomorrow, but we're going to have some big changes for the end of the week. All of the details coming up after the break.
And another live look at that house fire in Verona. New information just into the newsroom here. We'll get you updated after the break.
At Denver Mattress, we're all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus no interest until 2028 and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. At the Magic Wash. At the Magic Wash. Whoa.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the titanium iPhone 15 Pro on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Feldco's got you covered this fall with 40% off windows and 40% off roofing. Plus, no interest for 1 year. 40% off windows and roofing won't last long. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Get ready for a culinary blast from the past. Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2023 Taste Throwback Edition. Enjoy rockin' flavors at this totally rad throwback retro extravaganza. Dressed to impress in 70s to the 2010 style. Help us honor the Best of Madison Readers Poll winners and celebrate with libations and culinary samples. October 16th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Get your tickets now at madisonmagazine.com.
At Denver Mattress, we're all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus no interest until 2028 and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Thursday at 10.
Artificial intelligence has entered the classroom.
I saw it in poems and stories
I thought, oh, I know that human, and that's not their human thoughts.
I'll show you what teachers are doing to curb AI misuse and how a change in thinking could turn this tool into a valuable part of classroom learning.
I think there's possibility, and we don't just have to be on the defense.
Outsmarting AI, an Eye on Education report, Thursday on News 3 Now at 10. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We have some new information on that breaking news of a house fire in Verona. Some road closures are going to impact the morning commute for folks in this area. This is on Llano Street. A stretch of that road is closed right now. This is just north of downtown, a couple of blocks east of Main Street. So the fire chief told us that if your kid goes to Verona schools, you should expect some bus delays because of that closure. We know one person was rushed to the hospital with injuries from this fire. 2 families are receiving help from the Red Cross. This is a rather large duplex in a residential area. So a couple of families impacted here, again, receiving help from the Red Cross. We'll continue to bring you updates here on News 3 Now and on our News 3 Now mobile app.
It is 6:45 now on the Health Watch. A federal judge will not block Medicare from negotiating drug prices. The ruling comes against the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The chamber filed a lawsuit in June arguing that allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices is unconstitutional. They sought to stop price talks before October 1st, when the manufacturers of the first 10 drugs selected for negotiations were set to come to the table. The judge wrote participation in Medicare is voluntary and therefore not unconstitutional, although the judge also denied the government's motion to dismiss the lawsuit.
Gun suicide levels are vastly different among the 50 U.S. states depending on their gun laws. That's according to a new analysis from the nonprofit Everytown for Gun Safety. The report found that states with the weakest gun laws, like Mississippi and Arkansas, saw the rate of gun suicides jump 39% over the past 2 decades. In contrast, states with the strongest safety laws saw rates decrease slightly over that same time period. According to Everytown, about 72,000 lives could have been saved if all states had gun laws like California and New York.
All right, let's turn it over to Jacob Montesano. He's out on the weather patio giving us a look at our first warn weather for this Monday. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Leah, it's pretty nice out right now considering this time of year. We're supposed to see low temperatures in the mid-40s, but we're in the lower 60s at this hour. And throughout the afternoon, we are going to see those temperatures rise into the lower 80s, and that will include tomorrow as well. And then we have a chance of rain on Wednesday, and that will dramatically cool things down for the end of the week. Looking at the current radar across Wisconsin, very clear right now. We are going to be dry for about the next 48 hours or so. And then as we get into Tuesday afternoon, looking off to the west, we can see that system slowly moving its way towards Wisconsin. And by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, we are going to see some rain. Now, we're not expecting to see a ton of rainfall, only going to see some showers and storms for a few hours Wednesday afternoon before it clears out. And we could also see some lingering showers Thursday and Friday as another system will kind of come into Wisconsin from the north. But the bigger story with this system is that it will bring those cooler temperatures with them. Now, as far as total precipitation over the next 7 days, not going to see a whole lot. Really, the rain we're going to see Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be all the rain we see the next 7 days, maybe up to a ½ inch, possibly up to a full inch for some areas, but not much. But look at those temperatures. 50s by the time we get to the end of the week and the weekend, and 54 on Saturday is going to be accompanied by some breezy conditions. And with the Badgers football game that day, if you plan on going, definitely bundle up. Overnight lows will also be in the lower 40s to upper 30s. And as I mentioned, we're not expecting to see a lot of rain beyond Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So 80s the next 2 days, 70s Wednesdays, upper 60s Thursdays, then upper 50s for Friday, middle 50s for Saturday and Sunday, and then we will slowly rise up starting this time next week.
Okay, fall is here. Jacob, thank you very much. 6:48 now. 99 people are new citizens of the United States, and it's all in honor of Jimmy Carter's 99th birthday. The ceremony takes place once a year at the Carter Center. Immigrants from 45 countries were represented this year in the ceremony. They took the citizenship oath, recited the Pledge of Allegiance, and were all given naturalization certificates.
Jimmy Carter, 99 years old yesterday. That is quite, we were all worried about him.
Yeah, he's in hospice, yeah.
And that was several months ago.
He's holding on.
Glad he made it to this milestone.
Quite a legacy.
Yes. Coming up in the morning sprint, the aftermath of a tanker spill in Illinois and 500 people forced to evacuate their homes.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, we love to celebrate with them here on News 3 Now this morning. Here's how to send in their photo. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's our biggest sale of the year.
And you can save big
on quality home furnishings throughout the showroom.
Join us for our anniversary sale.
And help us celebrate.
Over 25 years at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere.
Good.
Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
When an appliance you rely on goes kaput, you can count on family-owned Brothers Maine, Southern Wisconsin's local appliance authority since 1938. With thousands of in-stock options, we have the brands you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. Even big box can't beat our prices. Our experienced team of appliance experts will help you make the right selection, and we deliver it fast and free to your home. What you need when you need it. Shop appliances you can bring home today at our Madison and Janesville showrooms. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
America, it's a 24/7 kind of place. And that's where Ford Escape comes in, the ultimate getaway vehicle. With available driver assist technologies like pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking and Bliss with cross-traffic alert to help you get away from it all, even when you're right in the middle of it. You got this with Ford Escape. Choose FlexBuy on Escape with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
After surviving breast cancer, I felt this calling to help other women heal. I thought, why not build a respite house? I wasn't sure it was going to work financially speaking for my family, but with the guidance of Thrivent, I really felt like we were going to figure it out. Taking the leap to start my nonprofit has been the most rewarding thing I've done in my life.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
It's our biggest sale of the year.
And you can save big
on quality home furnishings throughout the showroom.
Join us for our anniversary sale.
And help us celebrate.
Over 25 years at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Shane Hogan leads us off with breaking news and brand new information from a house fire in Verona. Shane, what do you know at this hour?
Yeah, Leah, the newest information right now regarding road closures here from this duplex fire in Verona. I want to give you an update as kids start heading to school and people start heading to work this morning. Llanos Street is shut down from North Edge Trail to Enterprise. It is open from North Edge Trail to North Main. So a couple street closures and updates for you there. Do expect some delays if you're heading in this area of Verona, if you're heading out for work or school this morning. We'll have more coverage on channel3000.com. Back to you.
Shane, thank you very much. To our other top stories, federal student loans are resuming this month after a more than 3-year suspension during the pandemic. Borrowers, however, may qualify for lower monthly payments under the SAVE plan. Some might even have a $0 payment depending on how much they make and the size of their family. You can find everything you need to know if you have student loans over on studentaid.gov.
The Madison School Board wants your input as they look for the next superintendent. There are some listening sessions happening this week. One is tonight. It's at 6 o'clock at the Holtzman Building. Another is tomorrow at 6 at La Follette High School. The third is at 6 Wednesday at Vel Phillips Memorial. MMSD says light refreshments, childcare, and calming spaces will be provided.
Police are investigating a possible explosive device found inside a Janesville home. Officers say a cleaning company was working on the house on Badger Street near the BMO Harris Bank in town when they discovered what appeared to be a military grenade in the basement. Authorities were able to find the explosive device and learned it had no functioning fuse system. The grenade was removed safely.
It is homecoming week here in Madison. A few things on the agenda. If you want to celebrate, they're doing a family-friendly scavenger hunt online. That's Wednesday. Fill the Hill is Thursday. That's where the Badgers and Friends, of course, fill Bascom Hill with flamingos. The homecoming parade is Friday at 6 o'clock, and then the Badger football team kicks off against Rutgers, 11 a.m. Saturday.
By the way, it's Bucky's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Bucky.
There you go.
And get him in on Look Who's 3. Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy facing a revolt from the most conservative members of his own party. Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida says that he wants to file a motion that would allow the House to remove McCarthy from his role as Speaker. It comes after McCarthy worked with Democrats to pass a stopgap bill to keep the government from shutting down.
LaFonza Butler, president of Emily's List, will serve out the remainder of Dianne Feinstein's Senate term. Senator Feinstein, the longest-serving senator in U.S. history, died at the age of 90 last week. California Governor Gavin Newsom appointed Butler, who was also a Kamala Harris aide. Newsom's quick decision comes amid Democrats needing every vote in a closely divided Senate.
2 children are among the 5 dead after an ammonia truck turned over into Topolis, Illinois. 500 people had to be evacuated Friday around 9 o'clock in the evening. The Illinois Environmental Protection Agency says that in addition to the 5 fatalities, there were multiple injuries too. Of the 7,500 gallons the truck was carrying, roughly 4,000 gallons spilled. Crews have been working around the clock to clean up the mess.
And here's a look at your bus stop forecast. For the morning, it's going to be very pleasant. We'll see temperatures mostly in the upper 60s to lower 70s. But by the time we get to the afternoon, those temperatures are going to rise into the lower 80s. And for both cases, we will see plenty of sunshine. Now, looking at the 7-day forecast, 80s will continue for Tuesday, then some rain on Wednesday, and that will begin to cool things off for the end of the week. And temperatures will continue to fall as we head into the weekend. Highs will only be in the 50s by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday. And we also are going to see some breezy conditions. So it will feel pretty chilly over the weekend, and we will slowly warm back up after that.
Jacob, thank you. Stay with us, folks. More updates on that Verona fire coming up throughout the morning and throughout the day right here on News 3 Now.